Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Redditor and today we're looking at some more entitled parents. The story of how an entitled mother wanted to my 2-month-old puppy because I wouldn't give him away to her 2 hex-born daughters. So a little background story. Almost a month ago we went on a little walk with my parents and some friends in a mountain region. Suddenly we hear some whimpering and crying and see a little baby dog under a tree. He looked very scruffy and his stomach was bloated due to some parasites, as we later found out. He was very scared and was crying for his life. We couldn't leave him there, so we picked him up and took him home. He is in very good health now and only needs his last few shots that he will be getting next week. Now let me tell you, Tito is not only the cutest dog ever, he is black and has some blondish high in his chin region, belly and paws, plus he has a forever grateful look and the cutest nose, but he is also very kind to people and loves attention. As he doesn't bite, we let quite a lot of people pet him. That particular day we were going for a walk with him. Our vet told us he can't walk on a leash yet as he doesn't have all his shots, so if we wanted to take him out, we should do so holding him like a baby. We were in line to get our chocolate strawberries when we heard a squeal. It was entitled Kid 1 that had just spotted our Paparino. She came running towards us and asked to pet him. Of course, I said yes, as he quite likes it. She was petting him and asking some questions. Just then, the rest of her posse arrived.
"Aw, can I hold him? He seems to like me very much."
I laughed a bit awkwardly. I don't like giving my pets to random strangers as I don't trust them. No, sorry, he doesn't like to be in the arms of someone that is not my dad, my mum or me. Entitled Kid 2 just rolls her eyes. "It's just a dog. My sister wants to hold him, just let her." "My daughter told you no, so please respect that. You can pet him, but not hold him." Even if my mum is a small lady, she can be very intimidating and doesn't like people that are entitled.
"But he loves me. Look how he's wagging his tail."
Yes, he loves people, but my answer is still no. I wasn't even being rude. I just put my foot down as I don't like people to give room for misunderstandings. But you would think that I had just wished death upon her. She started bawling like a maniac. At that, EM, who was previously on her phone, looks up with the wrath of all entitled mothers ever. She points her finger at me.
"Listen here, you
racial slur for brown Latin people.
You effing apologize to my daughter now and let her hold that stupid dog now."
If there is something that my mum cannot keep cool with, it's people insulting me or somehow mistreating me.
"Don't you ever talk to my daughter that way ever again. It is not my or her fault that you haven't taught your daughter how to respect other people's wishes."
The two mums were soon involved in a screaming match while EK2 was trying to get a hold of my dog. The vendor opened the little door to his kiosk for me to enter so that neither EK1 or EK2 could harm my dog. In the process of trying to close the door on the older sister that was at this moment holding on to one of his hind paws, the vendor accidentally smashed her hand in the door. EK2 screamed like heck.
"Help, help, they are hurting me. They are trying to break my hand."
The entitled mum turns around and instead of helping her, she turned to the door and opened it. She went for me, screaming a lot of things and demanded that I give her my dog. Tito was terrified and was trying to hide himself in my shirt. "Shut up, you're scaring my dog. What is wrong with you?"
"Give me your effing dog. My entitled kid bonded with him and she deserves a Rottweiler."
My dog is not a Rottweiler, nor any other dog breed for that matter, as he is a rescue street dog. If you want a dog of that breed, then go and effing buy one because Tito is a street dog.
"Oh my god, how can you let a filthy dog like that walk in our streets? He could have illnesses and whatnot."
I was cornered at that moment and the vendor was trying to intervene. I saw a security guard approaching and was relieved, but then I looked down. That lady was trying to wrap her hands around my dog's neck, screaming that such filth didn't deserve to live. She was quickly taken aback by the security guards. It was a whole spectacle. They had to drive EK2 to the hospital. The first entitled kid tried telling the police that arrived that I had stolen her dog. The claim was quickly discredited by the vendor and my mum. The entitled mum was taken into custody and EK1 was sent to her father. We drove my dog to the vet and nothing happened to him, luckily. My mum and dad drove in the evening to the police station to inquire about our rights to press charges against that woman, and we can. The aftermath hasn't played out as it was just a few days ago, but I hope she gets what she deserves. Now this story was posted about a month ago, so you might be wondering why I read it out. Well, just yesterday an update was made, so here we go. So guys, almost a month has passed since the first story and I wanted to update you. First of all, thanks for all the comments and support in the first post, but let's get right into it. My parents pressed charges the day that EM wanted to strangle Tito. The officers told us that as there were witnesses, the security officers and the vendor, the likelihood of the entitled mum getting criminal charges was extremely high. 5 days passed when we got a visit from animal control. The entitled mum had pressed charges against us and said that our filthy dog was visibly sick and a danger for his environment. I was extremely upset, but we were cleared quite fast of all allegations. The woman even complimented us on the health of Tito. Then came the trial. I put it in quotation marks as we were just in a room with a long table with both our attorneys present and a mediator. I forgot the professional term. The entitled mum showed up with her older daughter and her lawyer. They were looking so smug that I wanted to punch them. Before it all started, the daughter followed me into the bathroom where the following occurred. Oh, cute bag. Where did you get that from? The dollar store? It was like she'd just seen a bunch of those old bully cheerleader movies and was trying to copy from it. I didn't say anything. You know, because I'm not stupid. I can tell when someone is trying to provoke me. What? Are you a coward now? You dirty brown people are all the same. You effing know you just want the money of my parents. You don't effing know how to do honest work and you prey on rich people like us to scam us. You are the scum of the world. I just nodded and left, but again, I'm not stupid. I opened WhatsApp and sent the rant of the daughter via voice recording to my mum and left the bathroom. Wow, that's pretty intelligent stuff. I arrived back at the room, and shortly after, the daughter did. She whispered something to her entitled mother, who looked at me shooting daggers. We sat down as it began. As we did the claim, we first started to recount what happened. We laid out the witness statements and the vet reports, as well as some blurry pictures the kiosk camera made. It was pretty clear that we were telling the truth. We each gave a little statement and then it was the entitled mum's turn. They spun it around in a ridiculous way, claiming before all went down I was offering my dog to them. I supposedly asked for around $50, then just ran away with my dog. Then they claimed that the entitled mum chased after me to get either her money or the dog. Apparently, I was threatening violence and that's when EM snapped. The lawyer said she was just a poor woman with PTSD and that my threats made her snap. That's why she acted like she acted afterwards. They put a counterclaim for verbal assault and fraud on me. When asked why the vendor would lie on our behalf, EM blurted out, obviously to get in her pants. She was reprimanded by both the mediator and her lawyer. That's in no way helpful to this case, Mrs. EM. Can I please see the certificate of her psychologist stating that she suffers from PTSD? The lawyer's now a little bit nervous. Well, you see, she was never formally diagnosed, but... If it was never formally diagnosed, I have to dismiss this as non-relevant for the case. Are you calling me a liar? Be honest, you just want to take their side because you don't want to do your job right. Mrs. EM, I can assure you I am doing my job in the appropriate manner, which is why I have to dismiss unsupported claims. The entitled mother wanted to say something else but was stopped by her lawyer. Now, you say Miss Allergemic scammed you out of $50, right? That is OP, by the way. Right, she did that and I'm sure if she could, she would have taken more. In the written statement from your youngest daughter, the one that was supposed to get the dog, it states that she scammed you out of $100. Can you clarify that, Mrs. EM? Oh, you see, she is just a baby. She gets quantities mixed up quite a lot. However, if we go back to the first post, it's revealed that the first entitled kid, Crotch Goblin, was actually 14 years old, not a baby at all. After a bit of back and forth, where EM poked a lot of holes in her own story, we got a 10-minute recess. That's when I found out that Fancy Lawyer Man was actually EM's own husband. She was berating him for doing an awful job and said that if he doesn't win this case, he can sleep on the couch for the rest of the year and that she would be taking his money and buying the new couch he wanted as recompensation for his inability. Honestly, her husband looked like a doormat, constantly saying, yes honey, don't worry honey. I felt bad for him. When we got back, we were told that after reviewing the evidence, there was no way EM's storyline could have occurred. They granted us all the money to cover for Tito's vet bills, plus around 1k for damages. The entitled mum was charged with 100 hours of community service and the daughter was let off with 40 community hours. And oh boy, as the verdict came, EM lost her mind, screaming like a banshee. She said we were bribed bribing the system that we only got off because the mediator was brown like we are. And the best thing? She spat on the mediator. She effing spat on them. That's when she was escorted out. The daughter tried to claim I had assaulted her in the bathroom and cursed at her, but my mum played the recording of her rant in the bathroom and she just broke down. It was honestly a trash show. I've never seen such entitled and unstable people in my life. The husband tried to apologise for them and begged not to press further charges for verbal assault on the daughter's part. We accepted that with the condition of a restraining order. They all left. We talked to the mediator, thanked him and went our merry ways. A few weeks later we were granted the order and haven't heard of them since. Happy end. Update. So I just met with our lawyer, who is the boyfriend of my dad's friend, on my way to work. He told me that the entitled mother indeed got 90 days in jail for spitting on the mediator. It was a federal offence. He said she is lucky that she didn't get 6 months because her husband struck a deal. Guess after all, her husband won't have to sleep on the couch. And that's the end of that story. Usually we just hear about the entitled parents and that's that, but it's nice once in a while to get an update and see what actually happened to them after the offence. Anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, subscribe and click on the video right now, comment over there, and that will get you an entry into the Amazon gift card giveaway. The winners will be revealed on the 7th of July, so best of luck.